The movie starts with a woman who is nursing and taking care of her husband. She has to be at home all the time because of her husband's physical condition and nursing her husband. She prays every day for her husband to get well and asks God for a miracle. On the other hand, her husband is neither spinal cord nor anything else, he is just motionless and unable to speak. The doctor of that village also told the woman that her husband is supposed to get better 12 to 13 days after the accident, but still after 16 days there is still no improvement. That man and woman had 2 little girls aged 3 to 5, which considering to their age, they are not able to help their mother. When night falls, the 2 girls tell their mother that they are hungry and ask for food, but when their mother finds nothing in the house to give them, she puts them to sleep. And the next day she goes to the pharmacy to get the serum for her husband, but the shopkeeper rejects her and tells her that they should pay their bill first so that they can have medicine again. The woman returns home in despair, and when she finds out that they have no more serum, she makes up with sugar and water and gives it to her husband. When she comes to see that there is also no money left for them, she decides to go to her aunt to ask for help. But when she gets to her aunt's house, she finds out that her aunt has been gone for some time now and no one knows about her whereabouts. She returns home more disappointed than before and tells her husband about this. The woman tells him that if his brother and mother had stayed and helped them, none of these things could have happened. That's where we find out that he got shot when someone insulted his mother, so he got into a fight with them. And the case of him being present during the years of war with the Taliban and fought on the line is a rumor and lie, so because of that he is stuck and there is nothing he can do about it. The next day the woman is not at home, so the children go to their father's room and remove the serum attached to their father, but luckily the mother arrives on time and stops them from annoying their father anymore. And this is when Mala comes to their house to pray, but the woman who is not ready tells Mala that she is on her period because of its so-called emperor, so they cannot perform the prayer ceremony that day. Some time passes and the air attack begins. All the neighbors and the woman with her children go to the underground shelter and they stay there for a few hours. When everything goes back to normal, the wife goes home to check on her husband's condition. She is relieved because of her husband is unharmed, but it seems that nothing has returned to the normal and the sound of several shots hits the woman's ears again. Anyway, she goes back to underground and takes shelter. Meanwhile, some soldiers enter their house and check the old man, but when they find out that he is a Muslim, they don't kill him and they are satisfied with just removing the watch and ring. After some time, the woman returns home and notices that many people have come to the house stealing her husband's ring and watch. But this was not the worst possible case. When the woman goes to the yard, she realizes that there are 2 men and a young girl being there. Neighbors was killed in a horrible way, and their mother also has lost her mind because of this unfortunate situation. The woman who realizes that she can no longer continue like this, so she takes all her belongings and her daughters and goes to her aunt's previous house. But another woman tells her that she doesn't know where her aunt is and doesn't let her to stay there. The woman who has no place to go sits on the stairs and does not go anywhere until finally that old woman opens the door and gives her an address from her aunt. Finally, the woman reaches her aunt and explains her story to her. Her aunt also says that she had a harder life in a way that she can't even imagine. Her aunt had to kill her stepfather so that her mother and sisters could be free of his harm. Now she is free to come to this hotel and spend her life away from the eyes of people. Now the woman who realizes that she cannot deal with her conscience for leaving her husband alone returns home and she explains everything to her husband in a way that it seems as if she feels lighter inside by doing it, and life is more bearable for her where she just accepted her life as it is. The woman tells her husband that they have been married for 10 years and she has never had a good day ever since, and even on her wedding day she had to sit next to his picture and perform the ceremony because her husband was in the war. She continues that in the first 3 years he was in the war and did not return even once, and she had lived a difficult life with his family in such a way that even going to the bathroom was a nightmare because of her brothers-in-law. Some time passes. The woman says to herself that she doesn't know why she is explaining these things to him. Then woman who just started talking tells her husband that she also did not grow up in a good family in a way, since her father loved his quails more than them. Her father used to bet on quails fighting competition. One day their father became very serious about it and he bet on his eldest daughter, but unfortunately he lost. And after that game her 12-year-old sister married a 40-year-old man. The woman, who was afraid that she will be the next victim, opens the door to quail cage and the cat eats all of them. As she is reviewing her memories with her husband, she feels as this man has never been like a husband to her. That's why she removes the serum from his mouth and goes out of the house. She explains the matter to her aunt and she says she doesn't know why she is telling everything to her husband. Her aunt says he is a patient stone for you, that's why you can share all your pain and suffering stories of your life with him. As the woman who notices that she enjoys sharing her heart with her husband returns home, and after washing her husband for the first time during the 10 years of their marriage, she kisses him. After a while it starts again, telling her husband about her life and feelings. But at the same time that Mala comes to their house again for praying, but the woman tells him again she is on her period and she is not ready for it. The woman realizes that the city is full of war soldiers, so she returns home and hides her husband somewhere to be safe. But at this moment many soldiers come to their house and they start asking questions about whether she has a husband or not, and what she is doing and whom she is living with. The woman who just wants them to leave tells them that she is a widow and the house is her workplace for selling her body. They don't do anything with her and they leave before throwing spit on her face. At night the woman goes to her husband and again she tells him some of her memories. In the morning she hears a voice and for fear of being soldier she hides her husband. It is at that moment that one of the young soldiers who had come there the previous day with his commander returns to the house. And after giving money he tries to fresh up with the woman and she has no choice but to give it to him, because of it is his first time he is fast, and then leaves the place. After this incident the woman goes to the bathroom and washes herself, then picks up the money that the soldier had given her and buys new serum and food for her family. The next day that young soldier comes there again and by giving the money he gets into work with the woman. The woman who is sure that her husband is motionless comes and tells everything about that guy and even tells her husband that the guy doing a better job. In this case, when she realizes what she has been saying to her husband, she gets up quickly and starts reading the Quran and asking for forgiveness. The next day when she goes out she notices their door is fixed and realizes that it was the young soldier who did that. Sometime later the soldier comes to their house again. He insists to go to room with her. Once there he shows her his body and she notices that there are cigarette and cartridges mark on his body. It turns out that he was abused a lot in their academy. After this event the woman goes to her aunt's house and she talks to her about this incident. Then she returns home and finds a bag full of fruit and a golden necklace that the soldier left for her. She gets delighted by this and for the first time she felt like a woman. The woman who seems to be at ease with everything and tells her husband everything that happened in their lives. Because her husband was sterile and fruitless and was unable to have kids, so their children's father is some other man. The man who heard those things makes him furious as if he is finally coming back out of the coma. He gets very angry and tries to strangle the woman, but the woman takes out the knife and kills her husband. And that's when the soldier comes in and finds them in that position.